What's up guys, Smarty here, and if you're watching this video, you are probably watching it on the second channel because I decided to do a Q&A video that was going to be sort of like the old days of doing Q&A videos, just one straight take, raw, uncut. That sounds kind of fucked up, but yeah, so I figure we might as well do this. So I picked out a bunch of questions from this YouTube comment list, and we're going to go based off of that. And let's see. I think we're gonna start with these of here by Miss Gamergirl 17 or Miss Gamergirl I7. She has 3 questions. They're all Pokemon related. 1, who's your favorite Pokemon? Can answer that easy. It's a tie between Pikachu and who was the other one? Pikachu and Dragonite? I want to say Pikachu and Dragonite. Or even Pikachu, Blastoise, and Dragonite, because they're all pretty fucking awesome. Or Pikachu, Dragonite, Charizard, and Dragonite. Or not... Wow. Okay. Pikachu, Dragonite, Charizard, Blastoise. Those are my 4 favorites. No, I'm kidding. What's your opinion on X and Y? I was going to do a review of it, but I feel like I don't really have any capabilities of recording it. So if I was going to review it, I'd use trailers and whatnot, but it's Pokemon. As I predicted, it's Pokemon. I mean, I like how they set it up. I like the visuals to it. It's a little different because it's on a 3D platform now, as opposed to doing the top-down 2D thing. The only issue I have with it is the controls feel like you're moving on a grid, and there's really... I feel like they could have gone free flow since we're on the 3DS now, and games like Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, when you move, you're kind of free flow moving, as opposed to like when you're moving, it's sort of on a grid where you're going like this. It feels a little weird, but I do enjoy it for what it is. It's a Pokemon game. I know, I said I was not going to play it, but just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. So, there's that. Thank you, Miss Gamergirl, for that. Let's see. Super Feather Boa asks, do you have any favorite British comedies / shows, and if so, what are your favorite episodes from them? Well, obviously Doctor Who is one of them, so if I was going to go with a Doctor Who episode, I think my favorite of the bunch would have to be I think it was Silence in the Library, and... I cannot remember the two-parter. That two-parter with the giant library and the Vashta Narada. That whole two-parter. Those were 2 of my favorite episodes from the Tennant era. If I was gonna go with a Matt Smith era episode, it would probably have to be... Wow, I'm gonna say Hyde. That was a good episode. And then for 9, The Empty Child. That would be it. Actually, Vincent and the Doctor for 11 would also be a nice choice. Yeah, so those are my favorite Doctor Who episodes. British comedies, I really like Little Britain. I don't have a specific favorite episode. I just love Little Britain to death. That's a really fantastic show. And of course, where would I be if I didn't mention that I love Monty Python? And really, like I said before with Little Britain, any episode of Monty Python is my favorite episode of Monty Python, because they're all special in their own way. But I could pick a favorite skit from Monty Python, and that would be the parrot sketch, because I actually loved it so much in high school drama class. I had to perform a 3-minute thing, and that was my 3-minute, like, piece. So that was a fun time for me. So that has sort of a sentimental meaning to me. This parrot is no more. It ceased to be, it's expired and gone to meet its maker. This is an ex-parrot. Yeah, so I know the whole thing. Anyway. Let's see. Mike Mizfan asks, more Derpcraft? No. Will you be buying an Xbox One or a PS4? Definitely a PS4 over the Xbox One. It has a lot more titles, it has a lot to offer. And while the Xbox One, like, aside from the whole fiasco that went on with, like, the PR representation and all that stuff, I understand it seems kind of cool, but really, the PS4 is sort of more, like, it's more designed for me and my friends, that like the games that we play, that's what we're gonna probably be playing more or less. And also Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, and fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 looks amazing. Have you guys seen the gameplay? Look at the gameplay trailer, it's fucking awesome. You get a giant train roller coaster thing from like it's Magic Mountain or something. It's fucking awesome. When will there be more Derps Against Humanity? Well, as you see on the new schedule, I've set it up. It's going to be Monday and Friday, because I'm in school right now, and school is a bitch. And I hate to be as blunt, it's because last semester I kind of focused way too much on YouTube and kind of put school on the back burner, and I kind of flunked. So I need to kind of regulate that shit and actually get my schoolwork done. So I gotta take priorities and whatnot. So school kind of comes first. While I have a schedule on YouTube, that's gonna come second. So I'm sorry about that, but Derps Against Humanity is gonna it's still the primary thing on my channel. It's just, I kind of need to graduate because I don't want to do this like for years on end. So yeah, that's fun. Let's see. What was your third question? Oh wait, no. Okay, so next comments. Let's see. Oh yeah, this guy asked, what was it? Let's see, there's another guy here. Also asked about the Xbox One and the PS4. He had also two other questions. His name's Adrian. What TV shows are you currently into? It's simple enough. Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, let's see, Doctor Who, Dexter, even though I know Dexter's ending was shitty, but I still love Dexter. Other than that, those are the four right now. And right now, wow. Okay. Right now, Breaking Bad is still my favorite of the four. So, I mean, if you have a show that Anthony Hopkins compares to, like, Shakespeare, you have a winner. Yes, he actually did compare it to Shakespeare. So, there's that. Okay, let's see. Blastburn16 asks, what's your favorite color? It's gonna be a toss-up between red and blue. Do you like an anime? If so, what is your... Or do you like... Okay, I can't talk today, sorry about that. Do you like anime? If so, what's your favorite and why? Let's see. I've watched a bit of anime, so if I'm gonna say any of my favorite animes... Listen to me sounding like a white guy. I like all the animes and mangas. Sorry, I was just looking to see. But if there was anything that I like Attack on Titan. That's one of them. Furikuri. That's another one. And maybe Higurashi? Yeah, I mean, me and Carla watched Higurashi a while back. We hung out at Jeff's house, had pizza, and watched Higurashi. Don't do that, by the way, because that show's fucked up. And it's not good when you're eating food. Yeah, so there's that. What is the third letter of your middle name? N. Have fun with that. Is Mun Mun real? No. That was... Can we please just preface, that was a joke. That was a joke that apparently Child's never gonna let die. Okay, this is an interesting one. Would you rather be baked into a delicious cake by a giant purple walrus with a dough roller for a tail, or have your subconscious uploaded to the internet and be forced to roam the URLs for the rest of eternity? You get 5 smarty points for creativity. Wow. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna go with having my subconscious uploaded to the internet because, well, that would be actually kind of interesting to see what people think of my mind and what the hell goes on in it while I'm just doing my own thing. So, have fun with that on the internets. Why don't you do Q&As more often? Because, really, I stuff like this I don't do. Maybe Ask Smarties I'll do. It's just a matter of when I want to do them. So, I'm only going to answer a couple of these, put it on the second channel. Because, I hate to say it, I need more content for that channel. And this is kind of fun to do, to talk to you guys and be personal and shit. Have you ever thought about growing a mullet? when mullets were in, I was like 5 years old, so no. No way. If you had a death note, how would you use it? Oh, I would probably put the name, as most people do, I would probably write the name of my most hated enemy in there. And that's about it. And then put it away, because then I have no more problems. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Death Christ 2000. Oh my god. Angry video game nerd reference. I love you. Thoughts on Spec Ops The Line? Never played it. That's on the last on the bandwagon list. So, yeah, that's probably gonna be season 2. Thoughts on fanfiction? Fanfiction is a double-edged sword for me. Like, honestly, if you're writing it and you're having fun with it, good for you. It's a good way to exercise your writing muscles and shit like that. Thing is, though, it can be quite awful. Like, it could be it could be terrible. So, as long as you kind of can, like, separate the nastiness and the actual creativity when you're writing, like, if you can take all the shit that you think about that is fucked up and throw it out the window, and you have your creativity there and you just want to do your own thing, fine by me. Sorry, I just had, like, a late night snack before and I'm sort of belching on camera. That's just disgusting. My Little Pony or Adventure Time? Adventure Time all the fucking way. How did I get into Doctor Who? My buddy Brent, who is on Dinnerman and Associates, he watches a lot of Doctor Who, and I knew about it for a long time. I heard about him talk about it and stuff like that, and I just didn't give a shit for the longest time. This is how usually all of the shows I get into happen. I just don't give a shit when I hear about it, and one day he was like, alright, you know what, we're gonna watch an episode, and I think the episode was, I feel like it was Turn Left. I think that was the exact episode, but it was a 10 episode, and I watched that. I really didn't like it at first, and then came the 11th Doctor stuff. We watched the 11th Hour, and I was just mesmerized by Matt Smith's performance, because honestly, Matt Smith, to me, he is the best example of a young guy playing an old guy. He knows what he's doing, so that's kind of why I gravitated towards him. He plays a lot into, like, Patrick Troughton, sort of like the grumpy old man, but is still kind of funny. So I kind of gravitated towards that. And also, I actually do have, is it here? Let me see, hang on. Where are you? Is it? Yeah, here it is. By the way, if you're gonna get a classic Who adventure, The War Games is your best bet. It's like 4 hours, but it's a second Doctor tale, and it's really awesome. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, yeah, so I started there, and I just kind of one day was like, hey, I want to marathon this stuff, and then I got Netflix and just power marathon through all of the seasons. And I think I missed about a couple of of season 7, but I am excited for the 50th anniversary. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Alright, yeah, I already explained about the favorite Doctor Who episode. Who is my Doctor? It's a mix-up between 11 and 10. I prefer 11, though, because I like his acting style, and, like, I understand where he's coming from, and I also like Tennant, because Tennant is an awesome Doctor in general. He's one of the best Doctors. If I'm gonna go with, like, top 3 Doctors for me, it's gonna go, it's pretty much, like, 10, 4, and 11. Those are my 3. What is the worst episode of Doctor Who and why? Love and Monsters. You know what Love and Monsters is. Just bypass that episode completely because it has nothing to do with Doctor Who at all. Do I want the Colin Baker coat? Maybe. It's a coat. I mean, I already have the Doctor Who scarf on my door. So there's that. Maybe I can find a way to put that somewhere. Oh, finally, a question that isn't Doctor Who. That works. How did I get into That Guy with the Glasses? well, how did I get... Sorry, let me ask that again. How did I get into Tigwitig's work? I assume he means, how did I get into Doug's stuff? How did I get on the site? So I'll answer both of those. I got into that guy with the glasses mainly through the Angry Video Game Nerd, actually. And that's actually kind of proper that your name is Death Christ. So, yeah. I got into him through the Ricky 1 review, because I remember browsing through Cinemassacre, and I saw the Ricky 1 review. I was like, what the fuck is this? And he mentioned, he's like, oh, so the Nostalgia Critic has challenged me to review a bad movie. And I'm like, who the fuck is the Nostalgia Critic? And I looked him up, and I found the Batman and Robin review, and watched it, fucking laughed my ass off, and then proceeded to marathon all of the 5-second movie episodes. From there, I went to That Dude in the Suede, and from there on, I watched a bunch of Hope Within Chaos, Sean Faust's epic fail episodes, and I sort of realized, hey, I could do this about anything. I could do this about machinima. I could do this about blah. So from that point, I made my top 5 what the fuck moments in machinima video, and the rest is history. I started from there and basically made the show The Machinimist. Met Holly Brown, the HR rep of Channel Awesome. We became friends, and I basically got picked up. So that's that. Okay. Let's see, where can we go from here? Oh, here we go. Slay asks, do you live close to any of the derps? I assume he means the derp crew, so by that, I'm gonna say the closest I am to anyone is Chilled. And he's on the island. It's just like, he's like a county away. So, it's like an hour drive maybe? So, I don't know. One day we'll probably hang out. We've hung out before, but like one day we'll probably hang out at each other's houses and whatnot. So there's that. Dark Frames asks, ever had to deal with a bully, and if so, how did you deal with it? Yeah, high school was hell for me because I was the receiving end of many bullies, so, honestly, passive aggression? That's really the only way I got through it. Pretty much like a what the fuck ever, I don't give a shit, and just kind of ignored them. Probably the best way you can do it, but I don't really have anything to say on this one because I wasn't really a violent person. I didn't, like, when I say violent, I mean I didn't respond in like a fist to the face or anything like that. I didn't really fight back. I just sort of like someone would be like, hey faggot, and I'm like, whatever, and just left. That's really the only method of like evasion I had. So it worked, but it sucked. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, we'll do a couple more. Wow, I can't find anything right now. Come on. Oh, here we go. Post Scout asks, what was your personal favorite moment from Derps Against Humanity? Honestly, my favorite moment had to be when we first introduced the dubstep dun-dun noise. Because I had no idea at first what it was, and then I realized what it was, and knew that Drew could do that constantly, and he managed to make that fucking work for the entire session that we were playing when Max was in it. Oh my god, I have never laughed as hard as I did in that entire session, so just in general, that session was great. So yeah, pretty much that. Okay, this is one. Octo Tartine asks, I noticed in your Tony Hawk Let's Play you seem to have quite the passion for skateboarding. How were you introduced to it, and how did you fall in love with skateboarding? Were you any good? Really it was like back in junior high. The friends I had then were into skateboarding, and really it was like sort of the thing where you fell into it, and I got a skateboard. That's really what it was. I got a skateboard and I just tried to learn based off of them. It's a fun thing to do, but really what I don't like to do tricks on skateboards as much as, like, it seems. I just like to ride. That's really it. Like, just as long as I'm on the board and I'm just skating around, that's really all I need. I don't need, like, to do kick flips, grinds. I don't need any of that. Yeah, that's really it. And was I any good? Nope. Okay. Okay. Mr. Etmer asks, is that an octopus or a cuttlefish on your shoulder? No, it's Cthulhu. For those who don't know, it's Little Thulu from, yeah, the show. See, he's got the wings. It's just a little chibi Cthulhu thing I got off of ThinkGeek. And I was like, I'm gonna use this for something. And originally, originally the sidekick wasn't gonna be Little Thulu. It was gonna be this guy. It's gonna be a head crab and stuff like that, because I was gonna keep him there. But, I decided against it. I have him. It's kind of a cool little thing to hang on to, but I would, oh my god, there's a lot of dust on this thing. I just decided against it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do the whole Little Thulu thing, and that'll help out. Sorry, I'm very distracted, but look at all that dust that's fucked up. Okay. Okay, Gavel Day Schlong asks, I'm sorry, your name is so silly. Okay, any new series with Chilled in the Pipeworks, like your chemistry? Thank you. Really, I want to do another series with Chilled. I want to do Ibn Ab, and I want to do another series. It's just, I don't know if we can manage to, like, get together and actually do the series, because I want to do, like, a co-op series when we're actually both in the room. It's just a matter of, like, getting him to actually drive out here and do something. Chilled. Totally drive. It's not that far. You can do it, buddy. And would it be possible to have a super mega... Oh, sorry. That's another person entirely. J14 Agent. Would it be possible to have a super mega spectacular marathon of Derps Against Humanity with every guest you've ever had for like 100 episode special or something? No. Sadly, no, because, like, you gotta take into account Drew is on the panel, and then we had the guests, we had the Derp crew as guests, and there's that whole thing, and there might be problems there. I would love to have everyone on the panel and stuff like that and do that, but one, there would be heads butting. Two, that's a lot of fucking people, because of the people we're having up soon. Yeah, they're big when it comes to like subscriber base, and I don't know if they'd be okay with like playing with like people they don't know. So yeah, it would be nice, but honestly, I'm thinking of just doing 2 or 3 guests for Derps Against Humanity 100, and again, doing an hour-long session, so that would be cool. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Let's see, I'm gonna pick a good one here. Fuck it, this guy's got like 5 of them, that's fine. Or no, this person, rather. I think it's a girl. Madison, yeah, it's a girl. Madison Clohesi asks, first off by saying, yo, don't mind me, I have a lot of questions, I apologize in advance, you're good. What was your first real YouTube inspiration? If it's YouTube, then I would say it's going to be a tie between Red vs. Blue and John Graham, otherwise known as Digital Fear. Because if it wasn't for Red vs. Blue, I wouldn't know what machinima is, because I remember finding out about it and then going to GameStop when they actually sold DVDs and buying all of the Red vs. Blue DVDs at the time, up to 1 through 5. And then, if it wasn't for John making Deus Ex Machina and all of his other machinima series, I wouldn't have actually been inspired to do something on my own, because if you guys don't realize it, John does everything by himself. He does the voice acting, he does the editing, he does the shooting, he does the puppeteering, he does the writing for the show, he does everything all by himself. He's a one-man crew, and I fucking take my hat off to him, because that's fucking genius. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't gain the work ethic to be doing this right now. I mean, it's not the same thing because it's gameplay commentary and reviewing, but honestly, I wouldn't have that drive, and also I wouldn't be on machinima.com. Like, I wouldn't have been on machinima.com, rather, when the original director's program was initiated. Yeah, that was long-winded. What TV shows do you like and are really excited for? Well, I mentioned the ones that I like, though I'm gonna say stuff I'm excited for. Better Call Saul. Really, that's it. I want to see the exploits of Saul Goodman. That would be kind of fun. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully moved out of my house and possibly into an apartment of my own. If you don't get it, I live with my parents. I'm in my room right now. So I'm hoping to move out. I want to try and like get a leg up and actually settle down someplace. Up, down, blah blah blah. What is my favorite game to date? Not to literally date. Please don't date video games. That's not healthy. I won't date video games. I swear to God. Favorite game to date? I would have to say Fallout 3. Obviously, I'm gonna be doing a top 5 list on that, so it's gonna be somewhere on the list. But Fallout 3 was one of those games that, and I don't know what it is with me, but whenever I play a game and I really like it, I stop playing it for a good few months, and then I pick it right back up. Like, I'll pick it up maybe after that long hiatus of playing it, because I'm like, oh, this is boring, and then I leave, come back, and I'm like, wait, no, it's not boring. I fucking love this game. And I vividly remember that being the first game where I put it down, came back, and just explored the world, and just kind of fell in love with Fallout 3's like setting and the story and everything like that. It was just one of those games that really like clicked for me. What is my favorite quote? Oh, this would be actually a good one to end off the thing. So, and it's actually on my Facebook, but let me pull it up so then you can see. Okay, perfect. Anyway, so what is my favorite quote, motto, / piece of advice? I have two. This is something my dad always says, and I've always like taken it to heart. This too shall pass. So pretty much if I'm ever going through a shitty time, that's kind of one of the things I'll remember. Just whenever you're having a shitty moment in time, do not worry, because it's gonna pass eventually and everything's gonna be okay. And my second favorite quote is by the writer Chuck Palahniuk. If you don't know who that is, he wrote Fight Club. He wrote a bunch of other fucked up stories, but mainly Fight Club is the one that he's well known for. And the quote is, "That's the best revenge of all. Happiness. Nothing drives people crazier than seeing someone have a good fucking life." Charming, isn't it? Anyway, so I think that's a good ending for the Q&A. If you guys want me to do another one of these, then please do me a favor, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys later. This is Smarty, signing off.